starting to accelerate. Let's go ahead and give it the rectifier. There we go. Reduce engine performance. And you can feel it too. It is a little bit out of balance on the engine RPMs. Once you let go of the gas pedal, you're fine. If you let go of it, it comes back to normal. And now it fires normal. So right now. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is another Take 2 that are coming up, and of course it's about the Land Rover again. This time I was out driving, and actually we were driving quite long, about 130 miles. And of course there's always a helicopter coming when I'm starting my videos up, and of course today is going to be the same. Anyway, I was driving 130 miles more or less, and then suddenly towards the end it started running rough at a red light, and suddenly it starts tilting a little bit in the engine, and I was like, this is weird. And it was actually in first gear as well, and you could feel that it was trying to jump forward. Then I set into gear and start speeding up a little bit, and as you speed up you get engine performance light coming on, starts flashing at you, and then it comes up with the malfunction saying reduced engine malfunction. So of course I took my code reader and had a look at it right away, and it came up with 2 misfiring. I had both 4 and 5 misfiring, but I also had an open circuit for the fuel injector. So I had no clue where we're going right now, and this is the first time I'm actually going into open the hood, and then we'll see what's going on underneath the hood. So it could be anything from a bad injector or both of them. I put in some seafoam that you can buy here. I'm putting it into a tank right now. I got a quarter full tank in there, so I'm going to give it a full seafoam treatment first as well, so it goes into the injector system and cleans everything up, and from then we're going to see what happens. But I'll have to go ahead and have a look at both ignition but also at the injectors, which are located in here as well. So up on the top here, for you guys who doesn't know, but it's a V8, it's a 4.4 in this case. You have actually the different cylinders in here as well. A lot of people are looking at, where's my number 1 cylinder on this engine, but actually it's the first one, and they're actually more or less having the symbology of the engine, and also where you have the different cylinders. So you got like the first one up here, and then you just count down to the number 5, number 4 as well. So I'm gonna have a look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this one over here first, and then we're gonna see where it is. And hopefully that helicopter is going to disappear before we're done with the video. So let's try. So first I took off the cover and so forth, and I'm actually on number 5 working on this right now. Before I came this far I took this off and just checked the spark plugs and the coil as well. But since I do have an igniter with a circuitry that's not 100% completed, I am going to check both. The fuel injector is sitting in there, I don't know if you can see it, but it's all the way in where my hand is there, that little orange or yellow or combination thereof piece that's sitting there, that's the injector, and that's the same thing. Number 4 is over on the other side. You can actually just count these if you want, and then you can see it. But I'm going to take them out now, and then I'm going to clean that as well. Once I'm done with that, then I'm going to put everything back in again, and then we're going to see what happens. So stay tuned and we'll get that done. As you can see here, that's the fuel feeder line, and there'll be about 30 psi going through here, and you can actually take the pressure off by depleting that valve you have right there. Then the fuel runs from this side through this little pipe to the other side of the engine, and over there that's where you have the cylinder number 5 as well, so we can do that. So the first thing we need to do is actually to bleed this off, so we have no pressure, no fuel pressure in the system, and that is a little bit tricky. So don't get anything, it's through this valve, don't get anything in your head or hands or anything else. Just make sure you put a cloth on top of it, capture the fuel that comes out, and it is a little bit of a mess to do it, but once you've done it a few times you'll be fine with it. So just use a small screwdriver, don't destroy the valve, and you should be just fine. So try that out. You see how much pressure there's on it, like this? So there's a lot. Let's get it on. There we go. I think that's more or less it. That's it. And it's now gone. Now since the pressure is gone, we can take the rest off over here, and that's what we're going to next. Torque 30 times 4. So there's 2 screws down there that you need to go ahead and take up, and once you have them up, you can take the rest off as well. They can be a little bit tough. Don't make sure you don't drop them, because they're going to be hard to get out of the engine compartment. And if you do, use a magnet to get it off again. This is really tough, so we go ahead and use my wrench on that one. So here's the injector itself. This is what goes into the manifold. So it's not a direct injection in this car. It's indirect, so it goes into the manifold. And then here it is, the fuel feeding area. There are 2 connectors here. You can't really mess them up. They're connected to 12 volt, and they work with a small relay inside of it that opens up and down, so the fuel comes through in small sprinkles, and it's supposed to be diffused like a cloud coming out, not like a beam. So if it's a beam, it's because there's dirt inside of these, and that's what we're going to take care of right now. With a half naked eye, you can see there are small holes in it. They are very, very small holes. Don't touch them too much. Just use some auto throttle body cleaner, and you should be fine. Just be aware that these O-rings that you have are special O-rings, and they're not the same as normal O-rings. So if you go ahead and destroy them, make sure you get some new ones. You can buy them as well as they are here, but make sure they are kind of oval shape and not round. And they also can tolerate the cleaning detergent you're using, because they're kind of sensitive to the cleaning detergent you're using. So make sure you get the right one. And auto throttle body cleaner is not the best one, but it's good for what's inside of there. That's why I'm going to go ahead and take care of it that way. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So welcome back to the test bench. As you can see, we're back on the test bench. I'm sorry about the pink cloth here, but I need to have something that was going to go ahead and take care of it. These 2 here are connected to a 12 volt battery, and that's what I'm going to need in order for this to work. Now, how does it work? Well, if you take one of them, it doesn't matter which one you put on, and you want to check the relay itself, see if it actually does work, you just tap one or the other, and if you tap it, you'll hear a little clicking sound. I don't know if you can hear it, but if you do untap the 2 poles inside there, it comes in with a little tapping sound. That means the relay is opening and closing. Now, it could be dirty, which it might be in this case, we don't know yet, but we now know for sure that the relay inside of it works. So now we're just going to put some pressure on the inlet side, and then I have these 2 that actually fits straight over here. But you just hold it in, you get them with 2 different holes in them. So one fits straight in, so it should fit. It's a standard size. This one goes into the hole there, as you can see, nice and quick, like that. There we are. So now it's just a matter of holding it, and then you put your what do you call the spray cleaner on the other side, so you have pressure in it. And then you hold like this, and then you will see when you tap this thing, it should be coming out maybe as a beam, hopefully as a clear dusted cloud. So we'll see how it goes. But that's definitely that's the plan with this setup. So let's get started. Here's the throttle body air intake cleaner. It takes care of basically almost everything, and it fits right on there. So you just take the top off, put it back on like this, and now it is ready to go. So by pushing this down now, I put pressure on it, and there's pressure inside of this, and then I just have to go ahead and open it with the leads here. So that should be fine. So let's try that. So now I got the setup here, if you can see it. I got a lead on, and I'll put some pressure on it. There we go, and then we try to open it, and it comes out. As you can see, there's 2 dust clouds coming out, but it doesn't close correctly. Right now it's not closed. You see that? It's still spraying. It shouldn't. So let's see. It could be me having too much pressure on it too. But let's see. Don't hold on for too long, because you could burn it off as well. This thing is definitely closed now, and we got a lot of other body cleaner here as well. So let's try one more time just for the last part. It definitely works. So from here on, that nice cloud, I think we can say this is now ready to be put back in again. It definitely works, and now it's just a matter of getting the last part sorted out, and we'll see how it goes. That's how you clean it. When you take it out, it has this little collar on there, and you actually, that's what connects them to the feeder, the fuel feeder line. So before you put it back in again, you put this thing back on like this, and then the fuel feed line Let's see if I can get it. There you go. It goes click. Will fit straight down, or over it is going to go click, and then it sits tight onto your injector again. Now the screws you're going to put in are Torx. Looks like this. It might be hard for you to see, but it's actually a special screwdriver. Looks a little bit like this. If it's not magnetized, or the screwdriver's not magnetized, you're going to drop these when you put them back in. So a little tip here to go ahead and put it back in so it works is to get a little bit of paper. It could be a paper towel, it could be anything. I'm just taking this cardboard paper here, and as you can see, I'm not kidding you, if you have this on here and I let go of it, it's going to fall off like that. Now when you put the paper on top of it and you put it through with your screwdriver like that, it's now going to hang on. We need some more paper. It's just a matter of getting it thick enough, and then the screw is going to stay on. So let's try it again here. There you go, like this. And as you can see now, I can hold it over at the engine and nothing will happen. I can put it straight down where I want, and it's just a matter of fishing up the paper afterwards. Much easier, and you don't get into trouble. Here goes the first one, comes in. I can't really see it. It could be a good idea, I didn't do it this time, maybe to lower the suspension. It's easy to work on that. And then another thing is, don't work on a hot engine. It's not a good idea. Mine is hot here, but I needed it, so that's why I'm saying don't do that. It's not necessary, really. It's easy to work on the other one. These doesn't have to be tight. Tighten them after specifications if you have them. Otherwise, just hand tighten them, and there you go. And even you get your paper with you up, and there it is. Screw is mounted. Next one. So we're back into the car here, and I'm just going to start up after the first cleaner out. I only cleaned the 5th cylinder. That means I checked both the spark plugs, the coil, took that out as well, to check everything inside of it. And I don't think it has anything to do with that. And also with the codes that I have gotten, it's actually on the injector side. So now we cleaned the injector, just that single one. I just put it in out there now and assembled the whole thing. I don't even have finished the compartment yet. As you can see here, look outside this way, it's still open. So here's the test of the first. Let's see what happens. But it's going to take a little bit of time probably before it starts up, because it needs to regenerate the pressure for the injectors in there as well. So it takes a little bit of time before the pump has done this. Let's try it. It might not, but let's hope it. Let's see what happens. What comes up. There we go. Oh, it went pretty well. And it stabilizes nice and dandy. I have a little bit of air coming in. I see it runs a bit fast, but it doesn't run. It runs completely even now. It doesn't run rough anymore. But I still have the engine light on, but I'm going to take care of that in a second. But now it runs like I want it to. What if I put it into gear without moving? It's just steady. It doesn't vibrate. Everything is just perfect. So it was a bad and clogged up injector in this case. So this is how you do that. Let's go ahead and finish off the codes and clean it out and try it for a test ride. Remember to do an inventory check before you close the whole thing up. I still need to get this thing sorted, but as it looks right now, the engine is running really nice, and everything's working. There, it fell down in RPMs as well. So right now, no shakiness, no nothing. It's actually looking really well. So let's get it assembled and go for a drive. And then it should take the symbol up there out as well when I hit the enter now. There we go. Erase is now done, as you can see here as well. So now we can go and take it for a test drive. But guys, I just started up after the repair of the injector kit and all that stuff, and it fires right up. The car is assembled, it's back to normal, runs really nice, and I have nothing going on in the displays. I have no warning lights, I have no nothing on there, and no engine light or whatever. So it's completely clean. The beep beep is actually my OBD reader comes out, but this is my display at the moment, and it runs completely clean. It's stable in the engine RPMs, no rough running or anything like that. So basically this was I don't know where it comes from, but it's definitely an injector that did not function as supposed to. So by cleaning it, that was all I needed, and then we were back to normal again. So instead of buying new ones to about 30 bucks a piece, or maybe 50, I don't know what you get them for nowadays, but they are quite expensive. you might as well go ahead and buy the little plastic kit. You can get it on Amazon for about, I think it's less than $10, and then you go ahead and put the auto-throttle body cleaner on there and you should be fine. You can also get some new O-rings, because the chances are one of the O-rings might, if it's an old car or it's been in there since it was new, you might break some of the O-rings when they come out. So make sure you get the blue and the black ones. Don't go ahead and go only blacks. You need to have something that can take care of the fuel nowadays, so that's important. Once you have that, you should be quite well ready to go. So that's the end of the cleaning of the fuel injectors and getting the car back to normal standard again. Quick tip from Tech Tuesday, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, please like and subscribe, and I'll come back with another video as soon as I can. It's time to do like a tree and leave, and I'll be back again just like the electric bill. See you later. Bye bye.